Hello, I'm outside today, God's beautiful sanctuary, and we're talking about prayer again. Specifically, we're going to be talking about how not to pray and what Jesus taught us in Matthew chapter 6. He gave us two very strong prohibitions when it came to prayer. The first one is that we're not to pray as the hypocrites do. And what is that? For display, for a show. And what he's talking about here is to individuals as we pray. We shouldn't go before people and make a big show out of it. Matthew 6 verse 5, he says, "When you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and at the street corners, that they may be seen by others. Truly I say to you, they have received their reward." So we're not to stand up and make a big show out of our prayers. Later on, Jesus warned in Mark 12:40 about the scribes who, for a pretense, made long prayers. They did it for appearance's sake. Jesus' emphasis here is on the privacy of prayer. Matthew 6:6, he goes on, "But when you pray, go into your room, shut the door, and pray to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you." The second prohibition that Jesus gave us is that we're not to pray with meaningless repetition or an endless babbling. Matthew chapter 6 verse 7, he says, "And when you pray, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words." Now, this does not prohibit long prayers. Remember, Jesus himself prayed all night, as Luke 6:12 tells us. But we also see that every time it's mentioned about Jesus praying a lengthy prayer, it was always in private. Meaningless repetition. There's examples of that sort of thing around the globe. The command to avoid babbling is a reminder that God does not need information. Let your prayers be to the point. I'm reminded of what Solomon said in Ecclesiastes chapter 5, where he says, "Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. To draw near, to listen, is better than to offer the sacrifice of fools, for they do not know that they are doing evil. Be not rash with your mouth. Let not your heart be hasty to utter a word before God. For God is in heaven, and you are on earth. Therefore, let your words be few. For a dream comes with much business, and a fool's voice with many words." Two prohibitions. How not to pray. Next time we're going to look at how Jesus told us to pray. God bless you until that time.